she started swinging. She was swinging. And I said, oh, she really was serious about that threat. Cause she was like, whoo. And I was like, oh, ooh, man. Hi y'all. Welcome back to my channel. So today I have for y'all, honestly, I don't know what I have for y'all today. I don't, because I'm in the mind. Like, I want to do multiple like videos and kind of just, I want to chat, but I don't know what to chat about. But I think I want to tell y'all the story of the time I got to my first fight. I was avoiding this topic because it's ghetto. It's giving the girls very ghetto. Like, I'm not a fighter. Okay, I'm a lover. I'm not a fighter. I don't get in fights. I like to kind of be in the cut unseen. I don't like conflict. I hate conflict. And also, I have really big, like, I guess you can say, anger issues. And like, you know, I don't know. I don't want to get riled up. I don't like to get riled up because my anger, like, I can tend to black out. And it's like, I'm not really a fighter like that. So it's like, y'all over here gonna be thinking y'all rocking with Floyd Mayweather and some Mike Tyson, and then you end up getting a Ted Bundy because my anger was unchecked. I don't know. That's why I don't like fights. So that's why, honestly, backstory, I don't like fights because when I got angry, like, I used to black out, but I never like fist, whatever. But the anger, the level of anger, I felt like the Hulk. Like, I felt like I could push a truck with the amount of like anger like built up in this body, like, just, you know. But I never wanted to fight. Like, violence was never the answer for me because I feel like if I have to get violent with you, then that means that you tried to kill me. They tried to kill me. Isn't that what Miley Cyrus said? That's what I feel like. If I have to get violent, then I feel like you obviously want to kill me. You obviously want to K-word me. They tried to kill you. You obviously want to do that. So now, I gotta get to you before you get to me. And that's just that on that. No, you can't do that. You can't do that to me. So, but that's why I'm just like, you know what? Just Naomi, chill. Like, there's no reason to get in fights. Like, people always want to get fights. People always want to be like, people just like, that was their first reaction to get violent with everything. I don't like her, let's fight. She did this to me, let's fight. She talked about me, let's fight. Why? Like, do y'all not like living? Do y'all not like, because you don't know who you messing with. You finna be fighting and the next thing you know, they bring a knife and you like, that's against the rules. Like, what is this, MMA? What is this, the boxing league? Man, this is a street fight. If she wanted to bring a knife to a fist fight, then that's her prerogative. You shouldn't have fought her. I'm sorry. Like, I know people want to be like, oh my gosh, no, that's so barbaric. Well, who is barbaric to fight? Who told you to fight? No one. So think about that next time before you get in a fight with somebody, because you don't know if they got a knife, you don't know if they got a taser, you don't know if they got a gun. That's why I just say, do not fight. It's honestly not, it's not worth it. It's not worth it at all to fight. So, but I say all this to say, I got in a fight my freshman year of high school, and it was so dumb. Like, I'm cringing already. So I'm the type of person that be sleeping in bed or laying in bed, whatever, and then a random embarrassing moment just comes in my head, because for what reason, I don't know. Because, you know, it keeps the life spicy. It keeps it spicy. It keeps you entertained, I guess. Like, I don't know what this brain be doing sometimes, but it's like let's make her feel so uncomfortable. Like, let's do that right now. And they're like, yeah, let's do that. All the brain cells, yeah, let's do that. Like, why? I just want to go to sleep. I just want to live. God protect me. Like, I just want to live, please, thank you. So, but anyway, I definitely remember having an embarrassing moment when I got into my first fight. And so I decided to overcome the embarrassment, I guess, face fear, and it rear its head, you feel me? Like, face fear head on, I guess. I'm gonna talk about it on here. And hopefully I won't feel embarrassed anymore when I think about it. So this takes place in lovely New Jersey in the year of 2011. So I was typically, I don't want to say nerdy, but I was a pretty like chill kid. Like I wasn't in no drama, honors, honors class, whatever. Like it was pretty chill. Like, you know, honors classes, um, did my assignments on time, came to school. Like I was absent a couple times. I did not have perfect attendance, cause no, but everything like I was cool. I was a good student, you know, good peer. You know, I wasn't fighting. I wasn't arguing with people. I was nice. Everyone said I was nice. So you feel me? Kind strangers and all that good stuff. Giving Disney princess. But I was hanging out with some friends, and you know, we was in science class one day. I'll never forget we was in science class, and I was cool with these people. We'll call them Justice and Dakota. Where that name came from, but Dakota works. So Justice and Dakota. So we was cool. Those are my roll dogs in science class. Like we was lit. Like I loved our little friend group. It was funny. We was stay cracking jokes up in that class. Like you couldn't tell us nothing. We would get our work done though. Don't do us. But we was having good. Like we was having hella fun in that class. Like making jokes, cracking jokes. Like it just yes. I love black girl friendship so much. Like I really value black girl friendship, black girl sisterhood. Like man, like most of my friends are black women. Like that's all I can say. I vouch for that. Like if you are a black girl, black woman, whatever, you should have at least one black girl or black woman friend. Like it is essential. I'm telling you, at least one, because I'm telling you, the sisterhood, the camaraderie is there, like unmatched. But yeah, so we were just talking one day, and Justice and Dakota was telling me what they do during their lunch breaks. So, I mean, me being the good kid, I mean, I wasn't always, you feel me, perfect, because clearly this story is going to show that. But me being the good kid TM that I was, I stayed in lunch. Like, I stayed in lunch. I ate my lunch. I sat in the cafeteria. That's what I did. I sat in the cafeteria, sat there, talked a little bit, ate, and called it a day, and went to class. But Justice and Dakota, we didn't have the same lunch period. So, or did we? No, we did. We did. But I didn't sit with them though. We was like friends in the science class, but like we didn't sit together. We sat in different tables. So they sat at one table, whatever. I sat at another table. And so they told me in science class, because they were talking about something that was going on, and I'm like, yo, I'm a third wheel. I'm out the loop. Like, what's going on? What happened? Like, I want the tea. Spill it. I want the tea today. Like, you feel me? Like, I hate not that I hate not knowing, but it's like when they're friends and it's that they having like insiders. It's like, yo, I want an insider. I want to laugh. You know? So I'm like, so what's going on? What's happening? What's so funny? Like, and they're like, nah, we were just talking about like what happened in the girls' bathroom. Da da da. So apparently, every lunchtime, like every time at lunch, they and their other friends would go to the bathroom and play fight. So they would go to the bathroom and play fight with this one girl. We'll call her Georgia. So Georgia, like people made fun of Georgia. I don't know why. Like just leave Georgia be. Like I guess because sometimes she would just be saying stuff and people would just be like, oh Georgia, whatever. She would just say like not random, but she would just say stuff like with such conviction. Like she had passion in what she said. I admire that. So but everyone kind of just basically kind of just like was just kind of like Georgia was basically like an easy target or whatever. So what had happened was apparently the girls would be play fighting whatever, and I think Justice play fought with Georgia. But from the videos they were showing, because they have video recordings of them play fighting in the bathroom. My thing is though, the play fighting, it didn't look OD serious. I'm thinking like, okay, they legit play fighting, like nobody getting hurt, no one's calling the principal, no one's doing nothing. Like it don't seem too bad. Like, it doesn't seem too bad. Okay, play fighting. Granted, I don't play fight because, like I said, for me, if I play fight and I accidentally hit you, then you get mad at me, and then I get mad at you. Like, I just don't think play fighting is a good idea. It's not a good idea, because someone's always gonna be bound to get mad, and if it's not me, it's gonna be you. So I just rather not. But I saw the video and I'm like, it looked kind of funny. It looked kind of fun. I was like, it looks like a fun way to kind of pass the time. Don't know why I thought that. Like, but then again, I was a kid, so you can't judge me. I was 14, okay? You can't judge me. You really can't. And if you do, then I'll tell you, okay. But anyway, so I was seeing them do the little play fighting, and I was like, this low-key looked kind of funny. Like, I low-key want to do it. This looks funny. It looked funny to me. So so I told them, I was like, yo, next time, like, I want to come with y'all. Like, this looks funny as hell. Like, I feel like whatever, I want to do it. I want to do it too. So me being monkey see, monkey do. So I decided to go the next time we had lunch. So I decided to go to the bathroom with them to see what was goody. Like, what is it? Yeah, I was laughing. It was Kiki and having insiders. I thought it was really gonna be the girls' room. You feel me? From Amanda Bynes, like the Amanda show. The girls' room. So I was like, oh, it's gonna be funny. Like, yeah, y'all play fight, but like, is that all y'all doing there? Like, I don't know. I thought it was just gonna be giving Kikis and giggles, whatever. So apparently they wearing Georgia out. Like, I guess it's like a tournament. Not a tournament, but Georgia was in the ring 9 out of 10. It's like, oh my goodness, like Georgia was in the ring. Like, I guess it was a pick on Georgia kind of thing. Now that I think about it, maybe not. I wasn't in the room completely, so I don't know. But all I know is at that particular moment, Georgia looked like she had enough. And there was a couple of girls in there, like, we was all in the group, whatever. And Georgia said, the next person who touches me, I'm gonna jump on their back and break their neck. And you know how when you have the angel on your shoulder, and then you got the devil on your shoulder. So 9 out of 10, I don't do stuff like this. I told y'all I don't play fight. I told y'all I don't like getting in fights. I told y'all I don't like putting my hands on people. But I don't know what it was. But the devil on my shoulder wanted to get a little risque. He wanted to get a little spicy. And he was like, yo, like, poke her. Just poke her. See what she gonna do. See if she gonna jump. See if she gonna really break your neck like she said. She ain't gonna break your neck. Do it. Do it. Do it. Poke her. Poke her. Do it. She ain't gonna do nothing. She ain't about nothing. Do it. Do it. And the angel's just like, girl, what are you? Get out of this bathroom. Like, what are you doing here? Like, what are you doing here? Ma'am, we don't play fight. You barely even play. You don't even play fight with your cousins like that. You never even wanted to do that. So how you gonna just play fight with a girl that, like, you're not even friends with? Like, girl, if you don't go somewhere, go back to the lunch period before you get in trouble. Didn't really listen to the angel on my shoulder. Didn't. I don't know. I guess it's a rite of passage for a teen to do a stupid thing. And so I decided to poke her. And I wasn't even a punk about it, because there was like a whole bunch of girls, and I decided to scoop between the girls and was like, poke. Why I did that, I don't know. I don't do this, guys. I don't do this. I tell you, I kid you not, I don't do this. I don't. But all I did was poke Shorty. I poked Georgia. That's all I did. I swear on my life, that's all I did. I did not do anything else. I didn't, like, initially, like, I didn't, like, push. All I did was a tap. A tap. Just like that. That's it. I mean, that's it. Why had Georgia start windmilling. She started swinging. She was swinging. And I said, she really was serious about that threat. Cause she was like, ooh. And I was like, ooh. Ma'am, all I did was, we was serious? I thought this was a play fighting league. Oh my gosh, I thought this was the girls' room. Like, what happened? Like, now it turned into MMA? Now I gotta be Floyd? Oh goodness, I was not prepared. Like, Justice Dakota, y'all prepared me for this. And I see Dakota, I see Dakota recording. So Dakota's recording. I'm like, ooh, okay. Like, so Georgia swinging. And I'm over like, do. And then I start swinging. Now, mind you, I'm not mad, but I am defending myself. Because like I said, when I get mad, then it's I can only imagine if I was mad and actually swinging on her. I feel like I probably could have done damage because the way I was swinging, apparently, I don't even remember what I was doing, but I know this now because Dakota, I ended up finding out what I was really doing because Dakota recorded it and I saw what I was doing. So I was swinging. She was swinging, not connecting. I'm sorry, she wasn't connected. I was backing up. Boop. She was going like this. I was going like this still. I'm like, okay, like I'm just still swinging. I'm backing up and I'm still swinging. I'm backing up, I'm still swinging. Cause I'm like, I'm just gonna have to defend myself at this point. Cause I can't like restrain her while she's swinging windmill. Because if she hits me in my face, then it's really gonna be a wrap. Then I'm really gonna get mad, and then we really gotta fight. Cause I'm not trying to. Really, I was trying to keep it kind of light, light touch. Because I was not trying to get in trouble. I was not trying to get suspended, expelled, or nothing. Because my mom is Haitian. Okay, I was not gonna get a beating. I was not gonna get in trouble. Listen, yes, I was 14, 15, but for my first generation people out there, y'all ain't get whippings at like 14, 15, because I sure did. Not a lot, but I sure did at least once or twice. And it wasn't fun. And I'm like, I'm not finna, and not even just that, the disappointed stares like, look at you fighting. You fighting? Boxer? I didn't want to, I didn't want to get in trouble. So I was just like, I'm just keeping it light, because I'm like, if I really like try to like go to war with this girl, then I'm gonna really have to get in trouble, because then it's gonna be damages, then it's really gonna be security busting in because none of us is budging. Like, I wasn't trying to do that, so I'm just keeping it light. I'm just like, okay, I'm thinking, when is this gonna be over? Because like, she's not connecting, and it's like, I'm just done. Like, she's not connecting. But apparently I blacked out. I don't even remember that. Not blacked out, but I wasn't even thinking. My hands just kind of like swoop her head, like right here, and I put her in a headlock, and I was like, I just did like a light tap, kind of like, all right, sis, like, get off, like, you doing, like, can we stop this right now? Because I don't even remember really hitting her with my, because sometimes I know when I like really hit something, like if I'm mad, then like I would really hit it. Like, I know when I could, because I would have felt my knuckles like hurting. I was giving her light taps because I didn't feel no pain in my, no, like I was giving her light taps because I played football with some of my cousins before, and sometimes like we used to be hitting hard. So I'm like, this is not even hitting hard, but I'm just like, I don't even remember me putting her in a headlock. But in the video, I put her in a headlock. So I was like, dude, I was just like, it was kind of soft. She swooped, got in there real quick. So I'm like, okay, we back to windmilling. Cool. So I'm just backing up. I did a windmill too many. I did one windmill too many, because as soon as we went like this, my windmill said, boom, and it hit her right in the face. It was like, cat, and it was loud. And I was surprised, because I'm like, I didn't mean to hit you like that.
Police! This shit is ridiculous. Oh shit! Now you assaulted him. Come on. Sorry about that. Now you dash like that.
Like, I didn't mean to hit you like that. I didn't even mean to. We was windmilling. You was windmilling. Like, he, she, windmill. I wombo, you wombo. He, she, we wombo. Like, ma'am, like, you windmill first. I was just windmilling too, and then, boop, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Sorry. Because, so after I did that, boop, everybody was like, everybody gasped. And I was even like, because I didn't mean to really hit her. I was not trying to do damage. I really was not. When I tell you I really was not, I was trying to be kind. Sometimes you gotta be cruel to be kind. Hold on, let me stop. But I was trying to really like I was just trying to just go with the motions. I wasn't really trying to fight her for real. Like, I really wasn't. Because I wasn't even mad enough. The only time I would fight is if I'm really angry and someone, like, physically puts their hand on me, really try to, like, hurt me, try to, like, hurt, like, for real, like, maim me, injure me. So, but she wasn't even doing all that. So I'm like, I'm not mad, but I'm like, I'm still defending. I'm not just going to let you hit me. I mean, where do you do that at? But when I did the boot, I literally couldn't fight no more. Like, I did the boop, and I was like, all right, I'm done. I done hit this girl in the face. I'm pretty sure none of the play fights went like that. Of course, as soon as Naomi joins in, something goes wrong. Something goes awry. Something goes awry. Every time Naomi does something. Like, everybody else could be doing it for weeks. They've been doing this, go in the girls' room, play fight. But the minute Naomi does something, it's a problem. How y'all all play fighting for weeks, but the minute I hit shorty, y'all wanna, oh my gosh, gasp. Y'all was fighting last week. But anyway, I don't know. Maybe there was a fight like that. I wasn't even in the club. I was trying to get in. And then I got in, and then turmoil happened. But anyway, so she was mad. Georgia was mad. So Georgia was like, don't hit me in the face, B. You know, like when you get a whipping, they be like, didn't I tell you? You know how they do that? So she said, don't hit me in the face, B. But she wasn't connected. She wasn't connecting. So I was like, oh, do. But then the evil voice came in my head again. You know, there was like the heater in the girl bathroom. Something was like, yo, grab her by her hair and like drag her across the heater. Like drag her. And then I was like, oh nah. Like, that's when I was like, you got me into this mess. I'm not doing this no more. We're cutting it off, like, completely. You got me into this mess, devil. You got me into this mess by poking her. Now you want me to really hurt her? I'm not doing it. Yes, she's really trying to go for the kill right now, but I can't do that to her. So I literally just like put her hands together. I was like, all right, that's enough. Like, I literally like just was like, all right, we're not gonna do this no more. And the bell rang too, so Saved by the Bell. It's all right, cause I'm saved by the bell, like Saved by the Bell. So, like, I just grip her arms and I put it in the cross, and I'm just like, but I put it in the cross, and I was just like, all right. I just held it there, and I was just like, and then the bell rung, and we all gotta go to class, and I was just like, that's it. Like, I just was like, I pushed her arms, I was just like, I gripped it, cause like that voice was like coming, and I'm like, if I keep fighting her, I may get really mad, and I may do what this voice is telling me to do. And I was like, nah, girl, not my salvation. So I said, ma'am, we need to stop fighting right now. So shorty starts singing like a canary to everybody. She was snitching. She was really mad because I hit her, and none of her joints connected to me. She was really mad. I'm like, she must have been, because she was talking about it. Then I started talking about it. And I was just getting amped because I'm like, first of all, you over here mad because I hit you in the face, but you was swinging first. Like, I think that's what pissed me off the most. Not because I was mad at her, but I'm just like, you over here like, oh, she hit me in the face, da-da-da. You were swinging. Like, I hate when people do this self-defense technique, right? If all I did was poke me back. Like, okay, like, I poked you. I literally a dot, like a poke. You could have been like, poke. We could have been like, poke. We could have just did something corny. I was even laughing when I did it. I just poked you. It's not like I grabbed you by the hair and started. Then I'd have been like, all right, that's messed up. No, all I did was poke you. I was just trying to be funny. Because, you know, some people, like, if somebody touches me and that's like touch, it's just like, because when I was a kid, we all, like, me and like the neighborhood kids and stuff like that growing up back in like the DMV, we used to just do stuff like that. Like, whoever touches me again, getting it. And we'd be like, poke, and nothing happens because it's just like, it's funny, like, just poke. Like, but then again, she was already visibly mad. So I shouldn't have did that. That was my fault. That was my B. That was my fault. I shouldn't have done that. That was petty. I was being a child. I was being immature, of course. However, you can't start no stuff swinging. Once you started swinging, you should have already known. You may get punched in the face because you think, what, you thought you were just going to swing and I was going to be like, ooh. down goes Goliath? No. No, I'm going to swing back. And if it connect, then it connect. Sorry, like I don't tell you. You shouldn't have swung. You swung and missed, and I swung and hit. I'm so sorry, shorty, but you shouldn't have did it. You shouldn't have did it. That's why I say don't fight. Even for me, like I don't fight. I don't. This is the only fight I've ever been in, and it was stupid. I don't fight. That's not something that I do. So we were all talking our ish. Like I was talking, I was like, da, da, da. Dakota showed me the video, and I was like, oh dang, I was doing all that. I don't even remember, because at that point I was just like, she's like, yeah, you put it in a headlock real quick, and I was like, oh, I did. I don't remember that, but I do remember hitting her in the face though, because that was a shocking moment. Everybody was like, oh. And so yeah, so that happened. She had it on video, and then we were just, honestly, people were just knowing about it, whatever. Everybody just ended up finding out about the fight. And so, long story short, I asked Dakota to put it on YouTube real quick so I can see from because I wanted to see it. I didn't have a phone at the time, so I wanted to see like in its full, because I didn't get to, we were in class, so I didn't get to see the full video. So I said, Dakota, put it up on a YouTube like private, but like send me, like let me be the only one to like kind of see it for real. Don't make it public, but like send it to like your, like there's a way on YouTube where you could like only send to like a select few, like who got the link. So I literally wanted Dakota, she had one job, I wanted her to do that. So I find it and I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh snap, I really did that. Like honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I found it funny at the time. Like I found it funny. What I didn't find funny was the next day the video circulating. Why is the video circulating? I was like, Dakota, I could have sworn, correct me if I'm wrong, I could have sworn I said, put it on YouTube, I'll let you know when I watch it, and then delete it. Like, I remember telling her to delete it after. I remember. But no, stuff was circulating. And then it got to, like, my core friends. And then my core friends in high school were circulating it, too. And I'm like, you're supposed to be my core four. Like, you're supposed to be my core friends. Like, why are you circulating it? And it's like, oh, it's funny. Like, I was like, I don't want you to see it. This was just for me and my eyes only. I told Dakota to delete it after the fact. I told Dakota to delete it. Like, you had one job. I told you to delete it after, not circulate it. I don't know why. I guess I don't know who circulated first, but somehow it got around. But I gave her one job. I said, please delete, please. Because I don't want this to circulate and get back to me, and next thing you know, I start getting in trouble. But no, it starts circulating. Then it's like, people find out about it. And I'm just in here like, bro, like, I was beefing with Dakota and Justice because of it. And they were trying to spin it around on me like, you told Dakota to put it up on YouTube. Yeah, but I told her to delete it off of YouTube after I watched it. That's what I told her. You wanted her to put it up on you. I didn't want her to circulate it. I'm sorry, reading comprehension? Like comprehension? Like, I didn't tell her to circulate. I didn't. So I was just like, dang, like now y'all ganging up on me, like y'all acted like fake now. Like what's going on? It was just so much, long story short, so much drama. So much drama going on. It was just too much. Like, some people end up wanting to fight me because of it, but because I was so quiet. Like, not everybody saw the video. People heard about the video sometimes, but not everybody saw the video anyway. So that was good because they didn't see my face. And I wasn't popular or nothing like that. I was just chilling. Like, I was chill. If you knew me, you knew me. If you didn't, you didn't. But that was the beauty about being in the cut, because no one like knew. So it was like some people may have wanted to fight me, but they didn't know who it was. So I was like, oh, thank God. Because I'm like, listen, I'm not trying to get jumped for this, especially when Shorty starts swinging on me first. Like, that's not fair. Like, no. Then we all gotta go to jail. And for what? Fighting for what? You want to fight me for what? Because she was swinging on me and she didn't connect? Okay. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, yes, I was wrong for simply poking her. I was wrong. But at the end of the day, I'm not just going to let somebody windmill me and then I'm just going to sit there like, well, I poked her, so I'm just going to let her punch me in the face. Y'all funny. you're funny. Because you know, if that was you, you would be over here, you would have been really like going in. But I decided not to go in because I'm like, I'm not trying to get in trouble. So I really didn't even go in like I could have. Now I'm not gonna say like I wanted to because I didn't want to. I didn't want to go in. I thought this was gonna be playful fun, play fighting. It's called play fighting for a reason, right? I guess that's why I don't play fight. So yeah, so I was just like, it was just a lot, like, yeah. But then everything ended up being squashed. I ended up apologizing to her, to Georgia, like later on, like, cause we had classes together, like eventually, and I was just like, I apologize. It was the same year. I'm not gonna act like, oh, I apologized to her the year after. No, like a couple days after I apologized, I'm like, my bad. I shouldn't have like poked you, especially when I knew that you were like upset, and also my bad for smacking you or bopping you, whatever. My bad. And because it was like more like it was like a palm fist like this. Like it wasn't a smack, but it wasn't directly a punch either. So I don't even know what to call it. It was like a bop. Like I don't know. And I was just like, my bad. Like I did apologize for that because I'm like that was very immature. Like it was not necessary. I shouldn't have poked you. I should have just not did it. I should just not did it. But at the same time, you shouldn't have windmilled me. But anyway, but after that, everything was squashed. Dakota, and Justice, like the stuff was squashed. Everything was squashed, and from that forth, like I did never got into a fight again, like ever. I don't even count that a fight because I wasn't even mad enough. Like the only time I would call something a fight is if I was really mad and somebody like really violated, and then it's like, oh, we really out here about to do some damage. So I didn't consider that a fight, but at the same time, it was kind of like a fight, but whatever. So, but everything was squashed, and I have no beef with none of them now. And like this is not to like bash them or nothing. Like it's just crazy, like how high school and stuff. Like you get older and you're just like, what were we doing as kids? We were just wild and like, no, it was just a mess. But I got no beef with them. They're all cool people, you know, and like I wish them the best in life. They from what I remember, like once we got in like senior year, they were all so dope. Like I don't really have any contact with them now, but they're all like dope people, and like it's dope to see them like do their thing and stuff like that. Cause you know we all follow each other on like social media and stuff like that. But it's just dope to see how far we've grown, and like thank God no more immature stuff, and we've just grown, and I'm glad for the growth. And that's just that. So thank you guys for tuning in. I know this was kind of like a chaotic little story time. Like I don't even know where to begin, but we began anyway. So but thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope I see you guys next time. Bye.